Humans, listen closely. God doesn't like you. You really need to accept that and move on. It's sad, pathetic, and really quite creepy at this point. And please understand, it's not God. It's you, and you know that. You know that everybody falls short. Jesus even told you that none of you are good. You all know that you are garbage and you deserve to burn in hell forever. You have nothing to offer. Your best is like a filthy rag. You can't seem to do anything right. The most pious among you can't even stop sinning for a single day. You were made to tend to a garden and you fuck that up immediately. Honestly, like, what's there to love here? What makes you think that God would want to spend a single second with you? God needs a constant reminder not to kill everyone again. Do you need a reminder to not kill the ones you love? No? Guess what? Neither does God. You need to learn to take a hint. He's just not that into you. He regretted ever making you and killed everyone except for Noah and his family for some morbid curiosity. And to add insult to injury, after he killed everyone else, he told Noah that every inclination of the human heart is evil from childhood. The human heart is devious above all else. It's perverse. It is desperately sick. It is beyond cure. Who can understand it? God is baffled at how much you suck. When he visited Mount Sinai, he set up a perimeter around the mountain where if anybody even touched the edge of it, they would be put to death. Whether animal or human being, none shall live. When you visit ones that you love, do you have a similar system? No? Guess what? Neither does God. God made it clear that if anybody even tried to get near him, he might just break out and kill everyone. And you think that he wants to spend eternity with you? Do you have like a handful of bacteria that you have named every single one and that you love deeply and that you want to spend eternity with? And only that? No? Guess what? God doesn't do that either. Okay? I mean, what kind of relationship could you have with a speck of dust? Do you understand how insignificant you are to God? And yet you think he wants to give you everything just if you believe in him. It is the most absurd arrogance on your part. You're bacteria to him. You're less than nothing. He gave you terrible statutes and ordinances, even had you sacrifice your firstborns to him, simply to horrify you and amuse himself. God offered up the most blameless, pure, upright man to Satan to destroy for no reason. He even says it, that he did it for no reason. He destroyed the best that you could possibly be for no reason. And when replacing his dead children, he gave them like 10 randos. That's how little God thinks of you, that you guys are interchangeable. There's nothing unique about you. You are all evil. What does he care? He will continue to obliterate mankind. Rainbows be damned. He won't take any prisoners. He will dash your young ones to pieces in front of you, burn down your house, and ravish your wives. God told Isaiah to lie and confuse his own people. Until when? Until cities lie in waste and the land is utterly desolate. The only way God would want to hang out with you is if you were power cleaned, completely reformatted, with a different heart, brain, essence, soul, controlled by him like a marionette. A vacant toy is the only way that he could stand to be in your presence. And he told you all of this. Jesus told you all of this. But astonishingly, you were just too dumb to figure it out. Now, given that was partly Jesus's fault. Okay, he was just way too kind and polite in retrospect, and you dipshits got false hope from it somehow. Now you asked him who can be saved. He tried to put it to you as gently as possible by saying that it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter heaven. Now, how many camels can go through the eye of a needle? Ballpark it for me. What's your guess? 0. And that is easy. 0 camels is easier than for a rich man to enter heaven. So the amount of rich men entering heaven is less than 0 camels. And still you ask, who can be saved? Not mortals. I mean, Jesus is telling you to rip your eyeballs out and chop off limbs, to do whatever you can to avoid sin. That to get to heaven, you need to be more righteous than the most righteous people in existence. They're going to hell. Jesus kept making the requirements more and more absurd, hoping you'd figure out what he was trying to tell you. He gave you a list. It started getting more bizarre than ever. I mean, he tells you have to be a child to get into the kingdom of heaven. And you guys didn't even question that one. Told you to become cannibals. Of course, you got to eat the flesh and drink the blood of the Son of Man. And you guys were like, okay, sounds great. Let's start doing that. He's telling you have to be perfect. You basically have to be God to get to heaven. And you guys were like,
so you're telling me there's a chance?
No! 0 chance. 0 chance. Jesus was just trying to be polite, okay? I mean, ever wonder why God never says he loves you? Even while talking through John, he can't even bring himself to say those words as like just a white lie pleasantry. John was just sitting there getting inspired by God and writing his gospel, just like, for God so loved his people. What, no? For God so loved all people. No? Wait, what? I love the world that I created. I feel comfortable saying that. You can write that down. So, for God so loved the world that there was no fucking way he was going to wait to die of old age in order to leave it. And you think he wants to establish a kingdom of heaven on earth? I've been here for 5 minutes. I'm ready to go. And you guys have no imagination when it comes to heaven. What's heaven like? Oh, well, it's just like this. Way to use 0 brain power on that. Didn't it seem strange that Jesus, who supposedly had a perfect love for everyone, yet referred to one of his disciples as the one he loves? Jesus had a lot of fun with you guys. When asked why he made up nonsense, or why he spoke in parables, he references Isaiah's commission as if it were a prophecy that he had to fulfill. I mean, that was a command for Isaiah. It had nothing to do with Jesus, and no one picked up on it. Or when he was talking about being reborn with Nicodemus, and Nicodemus actually said, how can anyone be born after having grown old? Can one enter a second time into the mother's womb and be born? To be there, to see the look on Jesus' face would have been fucking priceless. Jesus was just like, you're the teacher of Israel? Like, that is Jesus speak for fucking dumbass. How did you get this job? Ever wonder why his love is always qualified?
That you love one another as I have loved you. That's kind of vague. How did you love us?
You are my friends if you do as I command you.
That kind of sounds like a threat.
But I chose you to go and bear fruit that will last. And if you don't do what I say, God removes every branch in me that bears no fruit.
So it is a threat.
If you keep my commands, you will abide in my love.
That's very conditional.
And if you do not keep my commands and do as I say, you will be thrown away into the fire and burned.
So we're not friends.
If you love me, you will keep my commandments. Those who love me will keep my word, and I will love them for it.
That's like the definition of conditional.
If you don't keep my words, you don't love me.
And I don't think you ever did.
Which is fine, because I never loved you.
Yeah, how does that feel?
And whoever disobeys me will not see life, but must endure God's wrath. Yeah, this isn't love. This is manipulation. You guys just didn't get it, and you still don't. You guys have been waiting 2,000 years thinking Jesus is going to return. 2,000 years. How long does it have to take for you to realize he's not coming back? Unbelievable, dude. What's the holdup? What, is he locked in the bathroom? Why the fuck would he wait 2,000 years to come back? Makes no sense. 0 sense. How long were you gonna wait? So now I'm here to state the obvious. God doesn't like you. Why would he? I mean, are you high? Are you guys high? No. See, you get this life. You get to live it and die, and you're welcome. You're fucking welcome. Because that is far more than you deserve. So you should enjoy it. That's what he wants for you. But I'll probably be back in another 2,000 years to do this all again because you guys don't learn. Are we done? I want to leave.